Hey guys, Jordan Schumacher here. Welcome back to the Facebook Ads Accelerator program. In this video, we're going to talk about how to actually define your lead magnet hook. So we know what a core offer is. We've identified what we want our lead magnet to be. Now we are actually going to define what our lead magnet hook is. And so what is the hook of a lead magnet? What do I mean when I say the hook? And so the hook of any marketing campaign and the hook of any lead magnet is the thing or the idea behind a campaign that ultimately grabs your ideal prospect's attention and compels them to move further along the funnel and take the action that you want them to take. And so in the case of your lead magnet, the hook is really the thing that makes them like sit up and like pay attention and think, oh, that's really cool. That's something that I want, and ultimately download, sign up, or otherwise claim your lead magnet. And oftentimes the hook of your lead magnet is also the exact same as like the headline or the title of your lead magnet. And so how do we actually define and determine what that hook should be for your lead magnet? So one easy way to come up with a potential idea for the hook of your lead magnet, for the headline of your lead magnet, is to ask yourself, if you had 30 seconds to blow someone's mind with your offer or product, what would you tell them? So what would that be? Maybe you're in personal training and you helped someone lose 50 pounds in a healthy way in 60 days. I don't even know if that's possible to do healthily, but let's say you did it. A great lead magnet would be a case study lead magnet. It could be how Janet lost 60 pounds in 60 days or whatever the case may be. That would be a very good lead magnet. Another question you can ask yourself is, what is the one thing that your prospects truly want to know more than anything else? What is that thing? Just give it to them. Another question you can ask yourself is, what is an interesting, shocking, or surprising story that you can show or tell that proves that your product or service actually does what you claim it will do? And so in today's marketplace, there's a massive amount of skepticism around claims, and most people just tune out any sort of claim or statement that my product is great because it can do this. And so what is something that's truly shocking that you can do or say or tell to prove that your product actually works as well as you say it does? And so those are just a few questions that you can ask to kind of start coming up with some ideas. And now once you actually come up with a few ideas, now you can actually create your headline. And so what I want you to do is I want you to write down the hook of your lead magnet. It should be a single sentence, no more than a single sentence, and make it as specific as possible. I want you to include any specific results, specific time frames, etc. So going back to our personal trainer example, you could say how Janet lost a lot of weight healthily, right? That could be the title of your lead magnet, but that's a terrible title. A much better title would be to be as specific as possible. So how Janet lost 60 pounds in 60 days without dieting or something like that. Just being as specific as possible everywhere throughout that headline. And that's really it. Like there's really no need to overthink writing a headline. If you follow the guidelines that I just gave you, you speak plain English directly to your prospect, and you're as hyper specific as possible, your lead magnet is going to work. Sure, you can split test headlines. Sure, there are some headlines that are going to perform better, but ultimately, if you follow these guidelines, your lead magnet will work good enough to start testing. And so there are a few headline formulas that convert. I've got a couple listed here. And so one thing that you can do is if you remember our customer avatar deep dive exercise that we did a few videos ago. If you didn't do that, then you need to go back and do that, because this is really one of the first places where it starts to come in handy. To create copy that converts and to create a headline that converts, we only need to talk about two things, right? The current pain that our prospects are in, and then how great, they're going to be when they ultimately, like how great I think Paul Graham or someone called it like the promised land, how great their promised land will be when they arrive there after using our product. And so all you need to do is just refer back to that customer avatar deep dive sheet and just take a look at that. What are the biggest pain points that your prospects have? You can use that to pull ideas for your lead magnet hook. So here's a couple headline formulas that convert very, very well, and here's a couple headline formulas that you can use in virtually any industry. So headline formula number one is how to get the number one result that your prospects want to achieve in X amount of time without or even if a problem, annoyance, or obstacle that your prospects face. So going back to the personal trainer example, it could be how to lose 30 pounds in 30 days even if you hate going to the gym more than anything else, right? Like that would be a compelling headline for the personal training service, assuming your core offer could actually deliver on that promise. So that's a very, very powerful headline. You can apply it to literally any industry you can think of. Another very powerful headline formula that converts is the X number of things people your prospect desires to identify with are doing to get the result in X period of time without whatever that objection is. So going back to the personal training example, and this headline's a little bit more complicated, but it's also incredibly powerful. So going back to the personal training example, it could be the 4 things fitness models are doing to maintain shredded abs in 3 months without going on crazy diets, right? Like I'm making this up off the top of my head, but you understand the power here. Let's say that you're in the content, let's say you're a content creation agency. It could be, the 6 things top Instagram influencers are doing to grow their Instagram following by 30% every week without needing to hire a full-time employee. That could be a lead magnet for that sort of service. And so if you take these formulas and apply them to whatever your target market is and whatever your service is, you're going to come up with some very, very compelling headlines and very, very compelling hooks for your lead magnets that are going to convert. Now, these are 2 formulas. These are 2 of the most powerful formulas. I've got a full list of headline formulas that I use. And so if you want to get access to those, go to jordanschumacher.com/enroll. It's still free. You get access to all of these videos in the Facebook Ads Accelerator program ahead of time. And you'll also get access to the downloadable PDF containing all of my headline formulas that I use anytime I'm creating a headline for a lead magnet or an ad. It's just a very, very useful cheat sheet that I use that creates headlines that ultimately convert. And so thank you so much for watching this video in the Facebook Ads Accelerator program. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you got value out of this program, I would ask you to please share this video with someone else who would. That's all I've got, and I'll see you in the next video.